like a bird on a tree. I'm just sitting here, I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small, we can sit together.
Hi guys, and welcome to Blackpack Homestead. My name is Morella. My husband, Chris, and I homestead here in western North Carolina in the Blue Ridge Mountains, which are part of the Appalachian Mountain Range. We have 0.81 of an acre, so that's just a little bit under an acre. We raise this garden you see behind us, plus a couple other smaller gardening plots on other sections of the property. And we also raise meat rabbits, we raise chickens for eggs, and when we hatch new laying hens, we harvest the roosters for meat. And we also raise Coturnix quail, and we use them for their eggs and their meat as well. So here we are, we homestead, we try to raise a lot of our own food. We like to do preserving, fermenting. We have a dehydrator, we have a canner, water bath and a pressure canner. And so that's what we do with all this food we grow, to preserve it too, so we can eat it later. And we do grow using organic or natural methods. So let's take a look at this garden now and see what you think. We're going to start at the very back of the garden where the blueberries are, and I forgot to bring a basket. I meant to bring a basket so I could actually harvest some blueberries, because I'm sure there's some ready. And also I'll probably need to go get some shears, because I'm sure I have some squash ready. So this will may be a little harvest along with the garden tour. So let me go gather up a few things, and I'll meet you in the garden back at the blueberries. You know how to get there, right? You go down that way, and then you just cut right into the garden. You'll see the blueberry bushes. You'll get there just fine. See you in a minute. Did you find it all right? Did you make it to the blueberries okay? Let's check these blueberries out. We planted these blueberries probably 10 years ago, and it looks to me that the dad-gym birds have gotten all the ripe ones for today already. Oh, there's one. There's one. There's one. I'm gonna eat it. So good. So good. Y'all see any? See any back there? Nope. Those birds are just insanely fast. And the little low bush over here that's never done too much for us is probably the most berries it's ever had. And they aren't ripe yet. Those birds are just insanely too quick. Too dang quick. Because when Hattie and I were out here yesterday, I had her yesterday. She's still licking the tomatoes. It's hilarious. There were a lot more on here that were close to ripe, and I didn't come pick them yesterday. I took a shower and went to bed. I was wore out. But yeah, no blueberries to pick. Wah. But since we're right here, let's look at the pitiful row of corn that I thought didn't even come up. Pitiful row of corn. Pitiful row of corn. But though it be pitiful, there is a little cob. And then this one's got some silks, but I don't know if it's gonna make a cob. Who knows? May not get that cob. It may not even be pollinated well. But it feels like it's forming a cob, so what can you do? Just wait and see. Alright, right here, we've just walked past all the blueberries, as you can see. And we are over here where the white pumpkin plants that Miss Linda gave us is growing. It's fine. It's a stretching. It looks like it tried to set a fruit, but that one looks like, yep, it's soft, it's going bad. Oh no. Oh no. Is there any more? Thought there were two. Well, shoot. So I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see if it sets a pumpkin. This is a sugar pumpkin plant right next to it. And it's not, I mean, it looks pretty, but it's not really legged out, stretched out, vined out. And it doesn't have pumpkins either. It keeps setting male flowers. I've not seen a female flower on it yet. Oh wait, that might be one. Yep, there's one right there. That looks like a female flower. Who knows, man, who knows? Here I went back and got this basket, thinking I was gonna get me some yummy blueberries. Nope, not today, not today. So since we're here at the pumpkins, we're gonna look at the tomato cage tomatoes. And here they are. This one's looking better. Not sure the variety because I can't remember. They were struggling. I planted them. We'll figure it out when the fruit ripens. See? And it's looking better, a lot better. And this little guy, I'm pretty sure is a Cherokee purple. Because I think I remember reading it, Cherokee purple, and it's got some little fruits. And it looks so-so. See, ground cherries. There's a ground cherry blossom. Alright, isn't that beautiful? Beautiful, beautiful. The ground cherries are coming along. We have some set on the vine, more and more, just like the last June garden tour. We had some, and they're growing back. They're growing good. Even the little one that got broke by the rabbits, this one right here, it's picking back up. So there's our 3 ground cherry plants. And another tomato in a cage. He's grown up out of his cage. Not sure what variety he is, but he has some fruity. And then here is leaf curl. What is with the leaf curl and my plants this year? I do not get it. If it is this bedding, we are going to compost the holy crap doodle out of it before I ever let it touch my garden again. Yeah. So once again, don't know the variety. Looks like, kind of like a cherry tomato the way it's setting its fruit. But it looks pitiful, but we'll just have to wait and see. And we got one more tomato plant up here in a cage. There it is. It's not curling, and it does have fruit. So that's pretty cool. Oh my goodness. You know what has to happen, don't you? Die, bean beetles. Die. Now I'm gonna rub the grossness off my hands on the bedding. That's great. Don't rub it on your dress. I was beginning to wonder if wearing this dress was a mistake. There you go. Already squashing bean beetles. Oh, there's one I missed. Die. There we go. Squashing bean beetles, and I don't have an apron. I bled on my apron. I scratched my hand in a chicken coop this week with Hattie, and bled all over my apron. It's in the wash. So I don't have an apron to protect my pinky dress. But anyway, there you go. Still got Mexican bean beetles. Don't know how to get rid of those suckers. It's a pain. Well, I do. We do spray it, but they're just like immune to every organic thing we've tried. Let's check out the green beans on the green bean teepee. Lots of calendula growing inside the green bean teepee. I'm gonna have to take it out soon because it's starting to close up. See? And there they are. They've climbed all the way up, and now they're on their way back down. Yeah. And they're setting flowers and all that. See, this is like a whole little wall of beans right here. If we can get it to that next part, we'll be doing good. They had started to set flowers, but I don't see any right now. And there they are. There's my big old zinnia that had like a really messed up blossom going on, but isn't that a beautiful color of yellow? So look how thick these beans are over here. They're like, there's a whole wall of bean there. Can't wait till we can go in a green bean teepee. A green bean teepee, a green bean teepee. How much fun it could be in a green bean teepee with you. There they are, green beans. Here is the crazy giant summer squash plants. Look at this. I mean, look at this. It's like as big as my head, bigger than my head. See? Bigger than my head. Giant, look at that. And my sunflower's going, make me a flower. Over here, we have, it looks like a squash to harvest right there. Maybe that one right there. I don't know, maybe those need to go another day. That one's went too long. See, it never got any bigger than that. Never got any bigger than that. And now it's too far gone, so the chickens will get that one. But yeah, lots. See, and that's the one I'm doing to save the seed. Let's see, got any more? That one's about ready. Maybe it'll be, oh, I see one I see a couple that are definitely ready. I must grab my basket, I left it back here. Now the ones the plant, we got 3 of them. And the one I'm getting these squash off of, I saw these yesterday and I almost took them yesterday, but I changed my mind. So here we go. One squash. 2 squash. I see one more over here. It may already be a little bit too big. We'll give her a go. Yeah, that one's big. Look at that. Alright, there's 4 squish squashies. Yay! I'm gonna look one more time at those other ones and make sure, 100% sure that I'm not leaving one. I'll be back with y'all over there. Okay, so yeah, I went back and took some more of those squash because I found another giant one that I didn't know was there. Let me show you. It's on the 3rd pumpkin or squash plant. There's the one I did on purpose. You see that bright orange and giant one over there? This is the one I didn't do on purpose because I didn't know it was there. So now I have 2 seed-saving squashes. Nothing wrong with that, people. Let's see how many squash we got. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, and that one's almost too big. Since I didn't have blueberries, I'm gonna put these in my basket. Yeah, I can't believe it happens every year. You think, oh yeah, another day. But I didn't see that other one there. I didn't even know it was there. Usually, I'm pretty good about this. But, oh well. With the help of the Lord, we grew some squash. Alright, so on over here, beside those yellow summer squashes, we have 2 pumpkin plants. So, summer squash, yellow crooked neck summer squash, pumpkin plant. And on our pumpkin plant, guess what we have? Where did it go? I keep losing them. Where is that pumpkin I saw? There it is. This is a sugar pumpkin or a pie baking pumpkin. I think there's one already, a couple of them already set down where the plant comes out of the ground, but this is the first one out on one of the big old legs. So yeah, pretty cool. Got some sugar pumpkins. Let's go check on those Homestead Rewind pumpkins. Homestead Rewind pumpkins are legging out. Homestead jack-o'-lantern pumpkins. Looky there. Pumpkins, Homestead Rewind pumpkins. Look, they're just a-growing and a-growing. And there's more over here. There it is. Homestead Rewind pumpkins. And I bet you there's more back there, but I'm not gonna go back through there because I would probably step on the vines and break them, and then my pumpkins wouldn't get fed, and then I would have no pumpkins, and that would be terrible, terrible. So we got our radishes. Can you see those radishes down there? See those radishes going to seed? Can you see that? I'm trying to... my neighbor's practicing shooting. Can you see those down there? Trying a different camera angle. Those are the radishes going to seed. Radishes going to seed. See their pretty little flowers? Pretty little flowers. And a volunteer sunflower. And the lamb's ear that needs to be mowed down. We're taking all that out and we're gonna put it in pots and sell it because we don't need that much lamb's ear. And I need that space for other things. So that's going out. That's why this grass is all so tall right here, because we were just gonna mow it and let it regrow and then dig them out. But yeah, it didn't happen because it started raining. So now that's this weekend's project, I guess. One of the mini projects I'd like for us to get done. So let's go over here to the herb side of the garden, where you will find oregano that is bolted, flowering, feverfew, which is a pain reliever, an herbal pain reliever, and the beautiful oregano little bouquets of flowers. That one's really pretty. And then we have rosemary. I put her in last year. She's grown quite a bit. Quite pleased with this little plant. And here's some zinnias that haven't bloomed yet. Some sage, some zinnias, chamomile, more sage. The dill that the wild rabbits ate down's coming back. My thyme is making it. Yay! And beautiful marigolds and chamomile, and the yarrow's done. We need to cut it back so it can do its regrowing of its greens for the fall. And yeah, that is the herb where I like to grow a lot of herbs in this garden. The other herbs are in my flower bed and in the rabbit garden as well. I have stuff spread everywhere, folks. Everywhere. So yeah. So now we have skirted all the way around the trellises. We've been all the way around the outside edge of the garden. And we're gonna go down the first trellis aisle, which we have tomatoes on this side, and we have beans on this side, and a very persistent pumpkin plant that just climbed right through the trellis. Yep. So let's talk tomatoes. Yeah, they've all struggled this year. I mean, I'm gonna get tomatoes. That's all that really matters. That's all that really matters. But I'm not pleased with how my plants look. I mean, I got a few that look really great, and I got some that look pretty crappy. So this is the paste row. And the first one up is the Amish paste. And there she is, and her lovely fruit. And then the next one is the ox heart. That only has one fruit. That's it. It's not set any other. Oh wait, I'm telling stories. There's a tiny one. Things are just, I usually don't have ripe tomatoes till probably the end of July, middle of August. So this is, right within my normal timeline, but it just seems like my plants have struggled so hard this year. This plant right here was a volunteer. See, he goes in the ground way over there. And there he goes. I have no idea what he's gonna be. We'll find out when the fruit that he sets ripens. It looks like it might be some kind of cherry tomato. It might be those tiny ones I was telling you about that happen every year. That's what it looks like. But anyway, we'll let it grow and find out. And then we have another Amish paste. See, there's its little baby tomatoes. And another Amish paste. And this is one of the plants that didn't recover from the leaf curl. This one had leaf curl, this one had leaf curl severely. And it is fully recovered. Not so much for these two guys. They just look awful. So I may take them out, or should I let them ripen their fruit? Now all of those tomato plants I started from seed, probably in like May, like really late, because we didn't get our stuff put in the garden till like the end of May, beginning of June, because of the late frost. So all of these I started, and I started them late, so it took them forever to take off. Because usually by now my tomato plants are all the way up here to the top of the trellis. And I only have one that is that way, and that is the black cherry tomato that I bought as plant starts. And they're huge, but they have leaf curl. But they're like huge, huge. So here they are. I believe it's the black cream cherry tomato or black cherry, I'm not sure. But you look down here, this plant looks pretty alright, doesn't it? Look at that lovely truss of tomatoes. These are the ones Hattie likes to lick. And there's more. I'm gonna have so many. I can't wait to dehydrate them and ferment them and eat them. Beautiful. But when you get up here, do you see that leaf curl? See that leaf curl? Yep, but it's growing. It's got lots of tomatoes. Looks better than those two that have leaf curl, so what do you know? So before we go on to the slicer row, because this is the paste and cherry row, we're going to look at these beans on this trellis. These are a runner bean, a bean that runs, so it definitely must be supported with a trellis or staked up or something. And it's a nice size green bean that has a shiny, not quite greasy like a greasy bean, but shiny bean, and their pods stay pretty tender, and the beans, even when the beans get really big. And we got this variety, one actually on a bean plant. But we got these from a gentleman that Chris worked with, and he brought them to us, and his neighbor grew them. And he brought us a 5-gallon bucket of the beans, and we made leather breeches out of them, ate some, and then saved some, dried them and saved some for seed, and we've been growing them ever since. So there you go. That is our beautiful green bean. Beautiful, and it's climbing over. Can you see that? Yay, I can almost stand in front of a green bean wall and talk to you. I loved that last year because it was on the back trellis. And it was so thick with green beans, it was beautiful. And I would stand in front of the trellis and I was like, yes, beans! Because I was so pleased with them and I enjoyed them and I loved them. So yeah, my beautiful beans, can't wait till I got a nice bean wall to stand in front of. Oh, and the beans on the TP are called the Lazy Housewife, and they also are stay pretty tender potted when the beans get big, which is what my daddy likes, as I keep telling y'all. And yeah, that's what the variety that is. They were originally grown in Madison County in Marshall, which is the next county over from us. You know, I've been to Madison County many times to Marshall. It's like a little local close place that's really close by. So it's cool to grow something that heritage started here. So it's pretty cool. Alright, we're on the slicer row. Once again, I cannot remember what any of these varieties are except that Mr. Stripey, because I pulled some up and replaced some. And you know, if you've been here for my last garden tour, you already know this. So here we are in the second week of July garden tour, and here are the slicing tomatoes. Now these guys are looking better. This one never had the leaf curl, and it has set some nice size fruit for little green fruits. And then here's this little guy. He had a little bit of leaf curl, but he recovered. And then we got some nice little some nice little tomatoes there. Another cutie there. And then this one has the leaf curl, as you can see, but not as bad as the paste tomatoes. I don't know, those paste tomatoes are just harder for me to grow. I always struggle with it. I usually have enough to make about 6 quarts of sauce, or freeze 6 quarts of tomatoes, whichever way I decide to do it. Yeah, but they're all setting fruit. We'll get tomatoes. I ain't like tore out of my frame, you know. Things happen, you just roll with it. So that's it came from a fused blossom that's called cat facing on a tomato, and that happens when 2 blossoms or more are fused together. Like, instead of being one singular little blossom, it's like several all stuck together, and then each one of those blossoms, if they get pollinated, are going to try to make individual tomatoes. Sorry, I'm watching a bird fly across my yard and collect stuff to... Oh, is that the wild rabbit? I thought I saw the wild rabbit. Oh well. Focus, Morella, focus. So anyway, and those blossoms fuse, and how many ever flowers have fused together, they're each going to try, if they get pollinated, they're each going to try to make a tomato. So that's how that happens. See, that was probably like 1, 2, 3 little tomatoes, and that's called cat facing. And the trouble with that is, you know, because it's several tomatoes fused together, one may ripen before the other and begin to rot before the rest of the tomato is ripened. But for the most part, if you watch them and you catch them just right, they're good, and I love them. I think it's cool to have unique looking food. And then down here is the Mr. Stripey plant that Daddy bought me, and it still has leaf curl, but it has fruit on it, so let's look at it. There it is, the leaf curl, just now reaching the top of this trellis. As you can see, those are well above the trellis now. Apple tree, apple tree, apple tree. So here's its fruit. That is looking like a Mr. Stripey should. So far, I'm thinking I might actually grow a Mr. Stripey this year. So, there you go. That is the end of the tomato row. One of my zinnias is open down here, finally, one that actually looks right. Isn't that beautiful, beautiful zinnia? So yeah. So let's see, is there anything else? We did tomatoes, we went over there, we looked at the herbs. The apple tree, we found an apple. Chris showed it to me. Do you see an apple? You should be. They're kind of weird looking, like they came from fasciated blossoms. But yeah, there's some apples on the Anna apple tree. If you can actually see them. Because they're green, and the leaves are green, and you're seeing it on a video, so it's kind of hard to see. But the other thing I wanted to show you is the orange sunflower. This sunflower is crossed with a black oil sunflower, which is yellow, and an orange velvet queen. These, last year we had a whole forest of these. There were probably 30 or 40 volunteer sunflowers that were actually right over there on the other side of the trellis. I mean, the wild rabbits loved it. They zoomed in and out of it. And so this is the only volunteer from those seeds. And it is a yellow, rusty orange sunflower, and it's gonna have multiple heads. So I can't wait to cut some and take them in the house. So check out my only volunteer sunflower. Isn't it beautiful? There it is. It's the hybrid between a black oil sunflower and an orange velvet queen. Beautiful. Isn't that sunflower gorgeous? I almost forgot to show you the silly bell peppers again. I don't even know if I'm going to get bell peppers because I think the pumpkin's going to choke it out. But here is my California, or golden, how does he say it? California Golden Wonder bell pepper. That's it. And there it is. Pitiful as the day is long, it's got issues. And there's the one that the wild rabbits broke that is sprouting back now that you can see it. I don't know if I'll get any peppers at all from that. I really, really don't. But what I do know is that I sprouted those peppers from seed, and I was so concerned that I wouldn't be able to do it because peppers are hard to sprout. I mean, sometimes it takes like 3 weeks to get them to sprout. But evidently I did something right and the peppers sprouted. The conditions aren't great for them right there because of all the plants around them. I should have planted them in a different place. That's my fault. But anyway, I sprouted them, and that was really my goal, to get them to sprout. And I was pleased with that. Getting peppers is like bonus. So, and I have another one up on the front porch in a container along with 2 tomato plants and a ground cherry and a bunch of basil. I will do a separate flower bed, herb bed, garden tour because this would get too long if I took you to that flower bed. There's so many medicinal herbs in it, so many perennials. Yeah, so that's the peppers, and like I said, I got one more plant up on the front porch growing, which I'll put in with the flower bed garden tour when I film that one. But yeah, that is really and truly pretty much the garden at the moment. Everything's going good. You know, you always wish certain things were different. You wish you would have sowed this earlier, or started it later, or planted it out later, or not even grown whatever it is at all. I just spilled water on myself. See a bean beetle. Well, my beans are at the top of the trellis, almost all of them. My tomatoes have fruit. My squashes are producing. My pumpkins are setting pumpkins. Every day we're getting about 4 squash a day, and I gave some to Megan. I'm going to take Daddy some of these. And yeah, spread the love of the squash. Well, that's it for this garden tour. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that I made you smile, and I hope that you learned something today. And if you like this video, please smash that like button. And if you like the video, then why don't you subscribe to our channel? We do fun stuff like this all the time, and we would love to have you here. Also, if you give us some comments down below, what you would like to see more of, what you'd like to see less of. If you want longer videos, shorter videos, more animals, no animals, whatever, just let me know, because you're the reason we're here, and if you don't watch it, there's no point in making it. So let us know what you'd like to see more of down in the comments. And we also have an email address. It's always down in the description below. If you want to shoot us an email, we will email you back. Just to chat, ask a question, any old thing. And also, we have a Facebook page, and you can follow us there. I post pictures there that you might not see here on the channel, like pictures of Hattie licking the tomatoes. They're on Instagram and Facebook. And that's Blackpack Homestead, just like our channel name here, Blackpack Homestead on Instagram and Facebook. And coming soon, a Friends of Blackpack Homestead group where we can all chat to each other and you can share your garden pictures with me, which would be awesome. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Until next time here at the Blackpack Homestead, take care. We love you, and bye-bye.